Throughout history, the Psalms have served not merely as poetic hymns and prayers, but as profound vessels of influence, subtly encoding messages that have resonated through the ages. Today, we explore how these ancient texts were woven into the fabric of some of history's most transformative revolutions, inspiring leaders and igniting the flames of change. The Psalms, a collection of lyrical compositions found in the Hebrew Bible, have been cherished for their spiritual depth and emotive power. Often they embody universal themes of suffering, hope, justice, and redemption. It is this timeless relevance that has made them a poignant source of inspiration across generations. These sacred texts, laden with metaphor and symbolism, have provided a secret code, the language of the heart, that transcends eras and cultures. In the 17th century, during the English Civil War, the Psalms played a pivotal role. As the monarchy and parliament clashed, the Puritans, who were in search of religious and political reform, found solace and motivation in the Psalms. They channeled their call for divine justice and the establishment of a godly society through these ancient verses. Psalm 46, which speaks of God as a refuge and strength, became an anthem for those yearning for stability in tumultuous times. The sounds of these psalms filled churches, echoing the desire for liberty and the pursuit of a political system more aligned with divine will. Fast forward to the American Revolution, and we observe a similar phenomenon. The colonial insurgents, often rallying under the banner of personal freedom and independence from British rule, adopted the Psalms as part of their spiritual arsenal. The words of Psalm 23, with its evocative imagery of walking through the valley of the shadow of death, resonated with these early Americans as they faced the perils of rebellion. In private homes and public gatherings, these passages were recited as affirmations of faith and resilience, steeling the spirits of those who dared to dream of a new nation. Similarly, the French Revolution saw the Psalms used as powerful undercurrents in the quest for equality and fraternity. In a society mired in inequality, the Psalms spoke to the innate human yearning for justice and the upliftment of the downtrodden. Revolutionaries, seeking moral fortitude, often turned to Psalm 72, which envisions a king who would deliver justice to the poor and needy. This vision of just governance provided a sacred validation for their cause, serving as a spiritual beacon guiding them through the tumult of revolution. The Psalms' influence continues into more modern times. During the Civil Rights Movement in the United States, leaders such as Martin Luther King Jr. frequently drew from the Psalms to articulate their vision of a just society. The words of Psalm 85, which speak of righteousness and peace, provided a rallying cry for nonviolent resistance and healing in a fractured nation. The Psalms, encoded with messages of hope and perseverance, became spiritual anthems in the struggle for civil rights, as marchers sang and recited them during protests and gatherings, reinforcing their commitment to the cause. What is it about the Psalms that grants them such timeless power? Perhaps it is their profound humanity, a mirror to the joys, fears, and aspirations shared by all people. In times of crisis and change, they offer not just solace and comfort, but also a call to action, urging the birth of new visions of society grounded in justice, compassion, and empathy. As we contemplate these historical moments, we recognize that the Psalms have not merely existed as religious relics, but as living texts, dynamically interacting with the socio-political landscapes of their times. They whisper messages that cut through the noise of tyranny and oppression, inviting contemplation and inspiring courage. In conclusion, the Psalms, with their beautifully coded words, have influenced some of history's most significant revolutions. They have provided the moral and spiritual framework for individuals and movements yearning for transformation. As we look to the future, these ancient texts remain as relevant as ever, providing wisdom and guidance in the ongoing pursuit of justice and enlightenment. Through their verses, we find a continuous call to elevate the human spirit, beckoning us to build a world resonant with peace and righteousness.